So at this point, we are ready to kind of play with some bootstrap formatting. So I want you guys to open up your detective agency that you worked on last week. And we're going to be replacing some code in our main office employee view. So let's open that up. And if you've got a bunch of views open like me, you can close them. Unless you like having a bunch of things open. Now I've given you the code for this. So you can actually just click on that. It's a text file. And you can drag over it and you can Control C copy. And I'm going to do Control A and then Control and V to paste. And what you're going to notice is I've kind of split some of the data into tables. I have added some margin and padding up here and some color. And then I've got, the columns in here for the grid. And so what we are going to do is we're going to be playing around with some table formatting. So I'm going to run this just so we can see what it looks like right now. Okay, so this is our main office employee page, and you can see that I've got 3 tables. Okay. And so what we're going to do is modify this just a little bit. And I don't particularly like the green on green, so if you are not thrilled with that, we can fix that too. So let's come back over to Detective Agency. First, we'll do the bootstrap on the tables. Now you have to leave the class set to table, but then to add, the other table styles, you would add a space and then indicate what kind of table you would want. Okay, and it will change it to that type. And we have a lot of different table types to kind of pick from, and you can do more than one. And so let's see. You guys can pick whatever you want. And if you want to do multiple, you can. And then if you look here, it's showing you all of your choices. So you are not limited to, what I have in the lecture demo. You can pretty much choose from any of these. All right, so I've added those. I'm going to save this. And then to apply those changes, I'm just going to do a hot reload. And it should have picked that up. Yep, so you can see I've got the zebra stripes here, got my hover, and here I've got the combination. And then if you don't like the meet the team text, I think we have to add the class in that H1 tag. And we don't want text black, although I think that might even look better. I think it needs to be text light. No, text white is an option. Let me see if it picks it up here. Let me save. Between different versions of Bootstrap, sometimes they change these some of these little classes. which kind of is annoying, but that is what they do. Oh, it did pick it up. So you have to put that in your H tag, your H1. And I do like that better. Alrighty, so moving right along. The next change that we are going to make is the About view. We are going to format the page heading using Bootstrap. So let's look at the About view. Yep, kind of boring. So what we are going to do, looks like mine already has the graphic in there. Yours may not. So if you don't have the graphic in yet, which I'm guessing you don't, you're going to have to right click and save that into, www root, and then into images. And let's see. So for the heading, what I'm going to do, and this is, I'm kind of leaving this open for you guys to, kind of change it how you want. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to make it look somewhat like the employees. I'm going to do kind of a colored background here. And so let me pull this over here. And let me pull up the About page. So if you do not have the graphic in your About page, make sure that you add it. And let's see. It is the heading or the heading H2 tag that I need to style a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to put that inside a div. And so I'm going to add some padding, which is space around the text. And with these numbers, the larger the number, the more padding there is. And then I'm also going to do a margin, I think. We'll see how that looks. And then for coloring, let me go BG dark. And then for text, let's try text. No, that might have to go in my H tag. Well, I'll try it here. And then if it doesn't work, I will put it in my H tag. You might think, why wouldn't it work? Because we've got CSS styling in addition to Bootstrap. All right, so I've got this here. I'm going to go ahead and do a reload. And that is what my heading looks like. And it did not pick up on the white, which is what I was afraid of. So I'm going to have to add it here. And it will pick it up right in there. All right, so let me save and we'll do another little reload. Okay, so that is the kind of thing you need to do to your heading. And if you want to add, more bells and whistles, feel free, but that would be the minimum. Okay, so moving right along here, I'm going to make another change. The next change we're going to make is to our contact page. And we are, first of all, going to set this up in a grid layout. And then we are going to change this last little section to a list. and we're going to use some contextual colors. So I'm going to pause while I do this, and then I will walk through the changes. Now at this point, I've made the modifications that were specified, but I have not done anything to create the list. So just making these changes, this is how it looks. And I still need to create uh, a list from these links at the bottom. So to create the list, I have to use some list tags. Let me see, and I want a horizontal list, so I'm going to use list group and list group horizontal. Oops, helps if you spell it right. Okay, and then each one of these is going to be an item in my list. And I've not added the colors yet. So I'm just going to kind of copy and paste this. And let me save, and I'm going to do the hot reload. All right, so now actually it is looking more like a list. And let me apply some colors. Okay, so here we've got different colors. Light. I'll do light down here. Then we'll do a different color here. All right, now let me save, and we'll do the reload. Okay, there we go. Okay, so at this point, I am done with all of the tasks in this exercise.